The following is a paid advertisement for Live Secure, sponsored by Bond Arms.
Firearm safety is a very serious topic that we take wholeheartedly and put into play in the segment that you're going to see today. Be safe, be aware, and always be sure anytime you're manipulating a firearm that you're doing so with the cardinal rules of firearm safety and orientation.
Introducing the Bond Arms double barrel handgun, the smallest, highest quality, and most powerful personal protection you can buy. With over 35 interchangeable barrels, your Bond Arms handgun can handle over 20 different caliber combinations, allowing you to shoot everything from a .22 long rifle to .45 ACP. Even .410 shotgun shells work in your Bond Arms hand cannon.
These are just a whole lot of fun to shoot.
I like to say it's the smallest double-barrel shotgun you can own.
I mean, if I'm carrying it, I'm going to be able to pull that out and be perfectly fine.
I like it for an off-duty carry. It's a two-shot, 45. It's a strong caliber.
They're one of the safest guns on the market.
Well, I've been shooting mine in competition now for 7 years, and it shoots as good today as the day I bought it.
It's the favorite handgun of celebrities like Joe Mantegna, music legends Dee Snider and Ted Nugent, former Governor Rick Perry, and there's even several in the Richard Petty Museum. Coming up on today's show, we'll join people as they fire a Bond Arms handgun for the first time and see their reactions.
That was badass.
You'll see how Garrett Martin used a Bond Arms Derringer to become a 5-time world champion in cowboy action shooting. We'll visit the world-famous Gun Sight Academy, where the elite of the elite go to get firearms training. And you'll get a behind-the-scenes look as they put the Bond Arms team to the test. And you'll have a special opportunity to purchase your very own Bond Arms handgun, Old Glory, a limited edition firearm with the American flag engraved on the barrel. Now, let's join our host, firearm training and safety expert, Gino Calora.
Hello, I'm Gino Calora. My company, Grit Ready, empowers folks with the skills and knowledge to stay safe in life-threatening situations. Today, I'm really excited. We get to spend some quality time with my good friend, Gordon Bond of Bond Arms. Gordon, how are you doing?
Doing great, man. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you, right? So, SHOT Show, right? Had an opportunity to see one another, stopped by your booth, could not believe the amount of people that were crowded around your booth, right? NRA instructors, military members, law enforcement. What's all the buzz about?
You know, it happens at every show. I mean, people come by, a lot of people maybe haven't seen our gun before, maybe the first time they've held a gun like this before. But when we put it in their hands, it's just like this transition. And then once once those people start crowding around the table, other people are wanting to see what is going on over there. It's a small gun, but you're shooting very big calibers out of this gun. So a lot of people, when they see that, they get really excited about it.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit, how is it you came up with the design?
What happened is my brother, he had some dealings with some Derringers, and he saw the inadequacies of those, and he thought, I could build a better product. And so he did. He used better metals, he made it bigger, he made bigger calibers. One of our claim to fame is we have the smallest, most powerful personal protection handgun on the market.
Wow.
And there's not any other guns this size that will shoot 45s and 410s and some of the big calibers we shoot.
Got some oomph.
And so, one of the first things that he wanted to do was make the gun safe. I mean, that's a major issue.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so what he did is, you can see that the gun's unloaded there.
Of course.
And one of the first things that he did is you can see that this gun's in a half-cock position. And so what he wanted to do is figure out a really good way to keep that in a half-cock position, so you didn't have to mentally think, okay, do I put that in a half-cock position or not?
Of course, which all go through, yeah. Absolutely.
And so what he did was he actually figured out, I'm going to pull the trigger here and push it forward, because that's the only way it's going to go forward.
So it's fully seated, yeah.
And when I let it go, you can see it jumps back and locks in a half-cock position. Okay. So it automatically does it for you. The other thing is you notice that this has no crossbolt safety on it.
Of course, yeah.
And so what he did was he put a crossbolt safety in there also to block the hammer from going forward. And one of the cool things about this is that there's even a child-proof safety lock here, an internal one. So you can set that set screw, put it on safety, screw it down, and that keeps
and not have to hold up the little ones.
That's
absolutely.
Right.
Got to pick this thing. I want to hold this thing. I mean, This has got some oomph to it.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're talking about the buzz that we had at the booth.
Yes.
Well, when people come over, when they see this gun, they think it's this.
Right.
But then when they get it in their hand, it's that, and it's substantial.
This is really quality through and through.
Yeah.
In a world right now, especially in the industry, with a sea of black plastic, right?
Yeah.
To be able to pick up something good American-made quality like this, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
The quality, it shines through.
I mean, I see a lot of guns. I see thousands of guns, and I look at the Bond. I think, this is how you're supposed to build a gun. Everything is perfect. Everything is precise. I stand in awe of the amount of machining talent that's gone into creating this gun.
They're extremely well made. These things lock up like a bank vault when you close the action.
The construction of it, it's balanced. It feels nice in your hand. It's not too heavy.
It feels like a well-built, real solid gun. It's got a good feel to it. It feels like it's a really very well-balanced gun to me.
On the market, I'd say they're probably the best out there. And I really like them. They're easy to carry, they shoot great, and I've put several hundred rounds through them. If you're gonna carry a small Derringer 2-shot, perfect gun to carry. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Seems like everybody who owns one of your firearms has nothing but great things to say about it.
Let me show you a couple more features.
Oh, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, because you know, the biggest things that just sort of blows my mind. Okay, you look at this gun, and you know we've seen that it's unloaded and everything else. But one of the things about it is there's no trigger guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he was the first one to ever put a trigger guard on this style of gun. And with everybody doing two-hand holding of guns and positioning and stuff, you know it's really hard to do without a trigger guard.
Absolutely.
You know this gun's been around a long time. And we don't know who was left-handed. We don't know if it's Mr. Derringer or the Remingtons or who it was.
Sure.
But the thing about the gun is everything's on the wrong side of the gun. And so what my brother wanted to do was he wanted to make this more user-friendly. And so he actually made the gun to where a right-handed person, it's on safe right now, and so you can manipulate everything with your thumb.
So single-hand operation.
Single-hand operation. So you can actually take it off safety, you can cock it, and you can open it all with one hand. That easy.
Brilliant.
I'm Mark Keefe. I'm the editor-in-chief of American Rifleman magazine. I also host American Rifleman Television on the Outdoor Show. I've known Gordon Bond for quite a while, and even before I knew Gordon, I knew his guns. Of course, his main gun, they are based on the Elliott patents for the old Remington Derringer, and he has really taken what is one of the most classic firearms designs of all time and updated it. He uses modern materials. He builds strong, stout guns out of stainless steel. They're a lot of fun to shoot. They're made in the USA, and they are stout guns.
Right, so obviously it's 2 shots.
Yes.
Right, and so how does that play out, especially for the community that's worried about self-defense, right? What are some of the things you're seeing?
Well, you know, if you look at the FBI statistics for years, not just last year, but for years, most altercations are 0 to 7 feet. Okay?
So very close range.
Very close range. Yeah. And also, the average shots fired in an altercation is 1.5.
So you're right in that range.
We're right in that range.
You're right in that range.
Yeah. The thing about this is that you only have 2 bullets.
Right.
They're very big bullets.
Powerful.
Powerful bullets.
Absolutely.
And we're going to go into that. Some of the calibers, like this one, that shoots 410 shotgun shells.
Wow, so you have shot capacity coming out of that particular weapon.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
Talking packing a punch.
Yeah, and you know, this particular barrel will chamber a 2.5-inch 410 shotgun shell.
Wow.
And just to give you an idea of my favorite 410 is the ones that have the triple-aught buck in those.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in a 2.5-inch with some of the brands, you can have 4 triple-aught buck in there.
Wow.
Each triple-aught buck is bigger in diameter than a .357 mag.
You got 4 of those coming out.
Same time.
And we've got double barrel, right?
Double barrel.
Total of 8 of those that we're working
2
with
shots.
in a self-defense situation.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And
right?
it's a devastating load, not at long distances, but 0 to 8 yards.
Of course.
You've got a very powerful weapon.
You know, a lot of people say, well, that's really silly. It's only 2 shots. It's 2 big shots, really big shots.
Packs a pretty good little punch when you get your 3-inch Magnum, but it's good.
I like to say it's the smallest double barrel shotgun you can own, you know, and like I said, it's just a whole lot of fun.
Safe, they're reliable, they're powerful. I love them in 410.
I live in Tennessee, and we got some little creatures that crawl around in summertime, want to bite your ankles. And the snake slayer is what I like. I own probably 5 or 6 snake slayers, and that's just my favorite of the Bond guns.
So Gordon, this is such great information, right? So how is it that folks can learn more about your guns, actually get a chance to touch them, feel them? Where is it they can go to learn more information?
Well, you know, there's actually a couple of options that we're going to talk about today. You know, the first thing is they can go to their local gun store and talk to them about the Bond arms, and they can order that. Or they can go to our website, and there's actually a link on there, find a dealer in your area, and that way they can maybe see the gun, touch it, feel it. But we're going to have a special offer on a gun that's not going to be really available anywhere else except on this show. And so one of the things that we want to do with that is that they can, if they want to, they can actually order the gun, and we can ship it to their FFL for them to do the transfer in whatever state or area that there are. But there are some states that there are some limitations on that.
Of course.
Yeah. And of course they'd have to pass a NICS background check.
Absolutely.
Like, just all the federal things that you have to do for buying a handgun. But there's several different options that way.
Introducing the Bond Arms Double Barrel Handgun, the smallest, highest quality, and most powerful personal protection you can buy. This 17-time cowboy action shooting world championship Derringer is the premier gun of choice for both competition and personal protection needs. It's the favorite handgun of celebrities like Joe Mantegna, music legends Dee Snider and Ted Nugent, former Governor Rick Perry, and there's even several in the Richard Petty Museum. Now, Bond Arms is proud to introduce its newest handgun, Old Glory. Custom laser engraved with the American flag and special edition black ash grips, it's being produced in limited quantities. Every Bond Arms handgun supports any one of over 35 different high-quality barrels. Just a twist of one screw with a standard Allen wrench, and you're good to go. It's that easy. Now you can handle a wide range of calibers, from a .22 long rifle to a .45 ACP, all the way up to a .410 shotgun shell, all with the same handgun. And all Bond Arms handguns are made in the USA. They're built in Texas by Texans.
Made in the United States, which is always my first love, is anything made in the United States. All right, but the caliber 45 long Colt and .410 is readily available, and it's a very effective defense cartridge. And these are just a whole lot of fun to shoot.
And it's safe, because its patented rebounding hammer and crossbolt safety prevents accidental discharge, even when dropped. It only fires when you pull the trigger. It's so versatile, so safe, and so simple to use. This is perhaps the best handgun for first-time buyers.
The Bond Arms is a great option for a woman shopping for a pistol, and because they're simple. Women want to be confident if they're going to carry a firearm. So they know all they have to do is cock it and squeeze the trigger, and it has the stopping power for whatever they need to stop.
Go online now to getbondarms.com to see how to order your very own Old Glory limited edition handgun. And we'll send you a copy of our Live Secure program, how to buy your first handgun, the one source for everything you need to know about handgun ownership. You'll also receive the 5 basics of firearm safety, yours free just for visiting us today.
We've been building and selling the highest quality handguns for over 21 years now. We have tens of thousands of very happy customers, and I personally stand behind every product that we make. If you're thinking about buying a handgun, please go to our website. You'll be glad you did.
Don't wait. This is a special limited time offer and supplies are limited. So go online now.
So being that we are talking about firearms today, specifically handguns, right? I think it's definitely important just to kind of go over the basics, right, of firearm manipulation, particularly with handguns.
Right. You're talking about safety too.
That's exactly right, which is by far the most important topic, especially when we're dealing with firearms, right? So definitely the adage, treat every firearm as if it were loaded. Having proper muzzle orientation, right? So knowing where that barrel is pointed at any given time and making sure it's a safe direction.
Right.
Trigger discipline. Keeping that trigger finger off the trigger until we are ready to fire. And then knowing our target, but what's beyond our target. You know, we're utilizing these particular types of tools in a situation where our life depends on it. Right?
Absolutely.
So, very important. I'm glad we touched on that. Let's take a quick look at Garrett Martin, 5-time world champion cowboy action shooter.
Cowboy action shooting is a shooting sport involving 19th century gear and garb. So in cowboy action shooting, there's a speed match with the Derringer, and Basically, if you don't have a Bond, you might as well not come out and play. It's that good of a gun. The action's extremely smooth. It's extremely naturally accurate. It's just a great feeling. Best made gun in its class. There's just nothing that can compare.
So, Gordon, one of the things that you had talked about, it's so cool that you can actually change out the barrels.
My brother's original design was to have a firearm, a handgun, that somebody could own, spend just a certain amount of money, and then be able to get the barrels instead of buying extra guns. To switch a barrel, you just take that 1/8" Allen wrench, just 6 spins, and the barrel comes off.
Comes right out. 6 spins and off.
So we got this barrel, which is a really long barrel. So here's a 22. And a 2.5-inch barrel.
From 6-inch, right, shooting that 410 over to a 22.
Yeah, so we'll just slide that in. Put it down.
So let me get this straight. In a matter of seconds, you went from a 6-inch barrel that can shoot 410, 45 long Colt, over to a 22, 2.5-inch barrel like that.
Absolutely.
Incredible. I mean, for a myriad of reasons.
We went from a 45 410, so we went to a 22, so just
6 spins.
Yeah, just 6 spins. So let's go to a 3-inch, and this is actually a 9mm.
9mm.
And this one's a 40 Smith & Wesson.
Wow. All that can run off the same platform. So we have one weapon, we can just switch out the barrels just depending on what we're doing that day.
That's right.
Incredible.
So I'll let you have that there.
Again, when you feel this thing, you cannot help but actually just feel the quality through it. And actually, I want to give it a try.
Sure.
Actually go through and take this down. So, of course, in good measure, I'll just make sure that we're clear here. So we're going to keep it open, right? And then just 6 spins. That's all we have, right?
That's right.
All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And just grab it by the threads of the screw and you'll pull both of them out.
Comes right. I can't believe
that's the way it's still together, so you can put it back in.
So I can switch from here, and let's say we go down
to the 22.
All right, and just put it right on in. And just push, right? And just goes.
Just make sure that it lines up the hole,
Yep.
get it down to the threads, and then screw it in.
6 spins to the right.
And guys, what I want to say right now is, it's so easy, even Gino can do it.
And that's saying something. This is incredible.
Isn't that cool?
It's so simple, multifaceted, multiple purposes, reliable, safe, ergonomically friendly. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Incredible.
They're adjustable from the standpoint of you can use all kinds of different barrels in them, from anywhere from 22 caliber up to 44, 45. Short barrels, long barrels. They're comfortable to shoot. They're concealable. They're excellent for defensive purposes, and especially in my case, when I'm up at Gunsight Ranch, I carry one of these as a second gun for a snake gun, loaded with CCI shot shells.
I like the ability that it is concealable. It does carry a round that will defend you. And if you don't like that caliber, swapping out a barrel to another caliber is as simple as using an Allen wrench.
Well, Gordon, such great information. And I can't wait. We're getting ready to head out to the range, put these things to the test, and have a few different people see how well they like it, how well they handle, and how well they shoot. All right, Marla, so you ready to do some live fire?
Absolutely.
Outstanding. So let's dive into the 410 caliber.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Outstanding. All right, so let's go ahead, same process, open it back up. All right, 2 shells. Perfect, okay? All right, and I want you to fire when ready.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Outstanding, good. Follow-up shot. That was a great, great job. Go ahead and we'll place the firearm on the table. Awesome, so what'd you think?
I think that's awesome. And the fact that I can get multiple hits with one shot in a compact gun like that is amazing.
Absolutely, and you did super well. You handled it well. Recoil mitigation was fantastic. Great job.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go ahead and pick the weapon up. All right, so what'd you think about that 410?
That was badass.
So do you think that would have some good stopping power?
Hell yeah.
Jen Blake, such a pleasure to have you here today.
Happy to be here.
We're gonna start off with, you got a Patriot, right? 357 mag.
Yeah.
All right, great. Let's go ahead and go live.
Let's do it.
That was awesome.
That felt good.
Right, so 357, how does it feel? Talk to me about recoil management, sight picture, controllability of the weapon, ergonomics. Talk to me about it.
Well, you can feel the power, but with the weight, the size of the grip, it's easy to hold on to. You don't feel like it's gonna come out of your hand. Like You've got a really good hold on it.
Definitely, you really can feel the quality just through and through, right? Especially with a recoil mitigation, right? It's outstanding. So Gordon, that was a blast out on the range.
Literally.
Literally a blast. I mean, to be able to see so many people shooting it for the first time, right? And not just one, but several different models, right? Which, speaking of which, we've got quite a few right here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got such a variety. And like the Texan, you know, with a 6-inch barrel, I mean, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
Especially
fun.
with a 3-inch 410.
Absolutely, the hole that thing made.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't get over it.
Absolutely. Now, like this gun right here, this is the backup.
Now, see, this one catches my eye.
I would get a tremendous amount of emails from cops, ex-cops, military guys, ex-military guys that just loved our guns. And they wanted something that wasn't reflective, that they could hide better, especially at night, you know. And so we came up with the backup. And that's actually what it's called.
And that makes sense. So there's no glare, there's no shine.
No glare. And so you can carry any caliber that your service weapon is, you can put that on here.
I like it for an off-duty carry. It's a 2-shot, 45. It's a strong caliber. I'm a short guy. It feels good in my hand. I just like the size. I like the feel. It's a sturdy gun.
I like to say it's the smallest double-barrel shotgun you can own.
And now, here's a special sneak preview to the newest gun from Bond Arms, the Bullpup 9mm semi-automatic.
This is the new Bullpup from Bond Arms. So the first thing about the Bullpup is that the chamber and the feed and extraction is behind the trigger, and so that's actually what makes it a Bullpup. Everything's moved back. You have a full-length barrel in a very compact frame. With this patented design, no one else can really make a Bullpup designed handgun.
It is the world's first reverse feed Bullpup semi-automatic pistol. And what I mean by that is the round itself is extracted from the rear of the magazine. So if you look at the magazine, the rounds are oriented the same direction, forward as normal, but when they fire the gun, the round is pulled backwards. The reason for that is it allows us to have a barrel that is much longer than what it normally should be for a semi-automatic pistol. The slide itself is one of the easiest to rack slides of any 9mm on the market. And as a rule of thumb, the smaller the gun, the harder the slide is to rack. This goes against everything that is commonly known or accepted in the realm of firearms. So what we have made is a gun that's not only smaller, it's also easier to use, lighter, and more accurate than anything else on the market.
It fits very comfortably in your hand, and so it's super easy to use. This is the easiest slide pullback that there is on the market.
We put the Bullpup to the test at the world-famous Gunsight Academy.
Gunsight is the oldest shooting school privately owned and operated in the world. Now that sounds like a big thing to say, but we've been in business over 42 and a half years now. We're like Disneyland for people that want to take serious training.
My name's Ed Head. I'm a range master here at Gunsight. I've been teaching here since the early 90s. We do things in a 5-day class that are not done in public agencies, are not done in police academies, aren't done in military training. We get a lot more accomplished in a much shorter period of time.
Bond Arms, again, legends in the shooting industry and these super Derringers that they've made over the years. And then they contacted us after they came out with this new Bullpup design 9mm pistol. They wanted to come out and really test their gun and see how well it works in this environment. I'm impressed with this little gun. It'll be a nice deep cover, easy to conceal, and accurate to shoot pistol.
His double-barreled guns are extremely high quality. They're really precision fit, and they're really, really, really well made. And they're like tanks. You can drive nails with them. You cannot break those things. They are of the highest quality possible. And he's trying to achieve the same thing with this pistol, and I think he's got it.
It's been such a wonderful day. I mean, from SHOT Show to hitting the range, or to talking to first-time shooters.
You know, we've been around for 21 years, and we're just amazed on how many people have never heard of us. But once you own one of these, I mean, you'll become a fan.
Oh, there's no turning back.
Yeah,
there's no turning back. My friend, it's been such a great experience. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Good to see you too, Gino.
Absolutely.
Thank
you
you,
too, sir.
Introducing the Bond Arms double barrel handgun, the smallest, highest quality, and most powerful personal protection you can buy. This 17-time cowboy action shooting world championship Derringer is the premier gun of choice for both competition and personal protection needs. It's the favorite handgun of celebrities like Joe Mantegna, music legends Dee Snider and Ted Nugent, former Governor Rick Perry, and there's even several in the Richard Petty Museum. Now, Bond Arms is proud to introduce its newest handgun, Old Glory. Custom laser engraved with the American flag and special edition black ash grips, it's being produced in limited quantities. Every Bond Arms handgun supports any one of over 35 different high-quality barrels. Just a twist of one screw with a standard Allen wrench, and you're good to go. It's that easy. Now you can handle a wide range of calibers, from a .22 long rifle to a .45 ACP, all the way up to a .410 shotgun shell, all with the same handgun. And all Bond Arms handguns are made in the USA. They're built in Texas by Texans.
Made in the United States, which is always my first love, is anything made in the United States. All right, but the caliber 45 long Colt 410 is readily available, and it's a very effective defense cartridge. And these are just a whole lot of fun to shoot.
And it's safe, because its patented rebounding hammer and crossbolt safety prevents accidental discharge, even when dropped. It only fires when you pull the trigger. It's so versatile, so safe, and so simple to use. This is perhaps the best handgun for first-time buyers.
The Bond Arms is a great option for a woman shopping for a pistol, and because they're simple. Women want to be confident if they're going to carry a firearm. So they know all they have to do is cock it and squeeze the trigger, and it has the stopping power for whatever they need to stop.
Go online now to getbondarms.com to see how to order your very own Old Glory limited edition handgun. And we'll send you a copy of our Live Secure program, how to buy your first handgun, the one source for everything you need to know about handgun ownership. You'll also receive the 5 basics of firearm safety, yours free just for visiting us today. When you visit, also check out our new Bullpup, now available in limited quantities.
We've been building and selling the highest quality handguns for over 21 years now. We have tens of thousands of very happy customers, and I personally stand behind every product that we make. If you're thinking about buying a handgun, please go to our website. You'll be glad you did.
Don't wait. This is a special limited time offer and supplies are limited, so go online now. The preceding was a paid advertisement for Live Secure, sponsored by Bond Arms.